Hello guys, today I want to make a follow-up video to my recent video about seeders with parameters because I have a question to answer. So in that video, for those of you who haven't seen, the link will be in the description below, I've showed that you can call the seeder from the database seeder call with passing the parameters. So in the database seeder, you create a user and then you may pass the parameter to multiple seeders and then accept that parameter in run method. And I got a few questions around the same thing. So question here, is it possible to pass arguments like this when using dbseed command? And then down below the same thing, PHP Artisan dbseed class user ID. Is it possible? So you would run something like this, dbseed, provide the class, and then user ID. That unfortunately wouldn't work because user ID doesn't automatically become an option of dbseed. But you can create a workaround. Why don't we create Artisan command, which will in turn call the seed as needed. So PHP Artisan make command seed projects command, for example. And we open that seed projects command and, for example, projects seed or user projects seed, for example, user project seed, and then provide the parameter -- user ID equals. And then in the handle, we have that user ID as this option, user ID, and then we need to call the database seeder with the parameter. So we need to perform the same thing, right? Now, what is this call with? What is this? This is the class of database seeder. So we need to initialize database seeder or that seeder, that's your personal preference. But basically you need to do new database seeder and then run call with. So the same thing, run call with the same parameters copied from here, project seeder, just instead of user ID, you provide this option user ID. And then we don't need to return anything because that method doesn't return anything. We just return 0 as any Artisan command should do. And let's put it on a new line so you would see it more visually. This is the solution. And now we need to run user project seed with user ID, PHP Artisan user projects seed user ID 1. Ta-da! In the database, we have projects, 10 projects for the user. If we pass user ID 2, refresh the database, we have user ID 2 here. So my answer to those questions in the comments, you cannot pass the parameters directly to the seeder class, but you can create Artisan command which would do the same thing from the other way. As usual, I keep reminding, if you want to support this channel and want more in-depth content, go to laraveldaily.teachable.com. I have a lot of courses there, and see you guys in other videos.